A Jew mustn't be frightened to go around Eretz Israel. We have a right to live here. This is our only country. We have no other country to live in. And a Jew has a right to live freely and proudly in Eretz Israel.
בגלל עוון תושיע בנים ותביא גאולה לבני בניהם.
אין לשום עם בעולם אנדרטה כזאת, אין דבר כזה. איזה מקום יש שכל מייסדי האומה קבורים במקום אחד לפני 2000 שנים. אברהם ושרה, יצחק ורבקה, יעקב ולאה. אין לשום עם בעולם. כל יהודי היה צריך לבוא הנה. כל ילד יהודי היה צריך לבקר כאן. כל תייר היה צריך להיות מובא הנה. פה השורשים. חברון שלי, חברון של עם יהודי.
People may ask, what are we doing in this area? But we know it's our homeland. It's the land of our fathers and mothers. Without roots, without knowing that, we have no existence in this area.
I cannot imagine a circumstance where Hebron would be allowed to be without Jews. It would be an historic tragedy, a tragedy to future generations. Marat HaMachpelah is in fact one of the great treasures of our history and of our future. Jews look back in order to look forward. We draw our strength from our past. We learn the lessons of the past to prepare for the challenges of today and the opportunities of tomorrow. And those who turn their back on our history, just as Arafat is seeking to deny us our history, because when you take away our past, you take away our future.
Jews lived in Hebron for many, many generations, thousands of years. 75 years ago, the Jews were forced to leave after the brutal attack, the terrorist massacre, 1929. Today, thank God, we are here back. We are raising a third generation again in Hebron. We have...
You all know that next to Jerusalem, Hebron is, for the Jewish people, the most important city. The city in which the graves of the patriarchs are located in Marat HaMachpelah. That connection has been kept by a group of Jewish settlers, and it is that group of some 500 young people and many, many children that are living in the Jewish quarter that have strengthened and maintained the connection between the Jewish people and this important city. And it is thanks to them that every year on Jewish holidays, the tens of thousands of Israelis and Jews from abroad have the opportunity of coming to Hebron.
We love Hebron!
One can say that the revival of Jews coming back to settle in Hebron, which was interrupted by the terrible Arab massacre of 29, is the symbol of the revival of Israel. When you think about our right on the land, you think about Temple Mount, Marat HaMachpelah, at least historically.
We see ourselves over here today in Hebron like the person in Holland with his finger stuck in the dike. Nobody really understands what we're doing over here. But one day, they'll understand that if we weren't here, the flood would get all the ways to Tel Aviv, Kfar Saba, Netanya, and maybe Khalila, there will be Jews left only in America.
When we came to Hebron 16 years ago, there were 24 families here. Today, there are 84 families. Baruch Hashem. When we came to Hebron, I could hardly get into my house. The road was full of Arabs going to the market in Avraham Avinu. Today, You can hardly see Arabs. The roads are empty of Arabs. The Jews are walking in Hebron as the way Jews have to live in Hebron and have to live in Eretz Israel, freely and proudly. Hebron belongs to all the Jewish nation in Eretz Israel and all over the world. If we wouldn't be living here, our situation would be like Gaza, like Yericho, like Bethlehem.
Believe it or not, we have a waiting list of people that want to come live in Hebron. It's difficult to build, but we have the new Minat Shalhevet neighborhood, which is full, and mark my words, in a very short period of time, Ezrat Hashem, we're going to have cottages up on the top of Abu Snena, and you're going to have to come visit us up there.
We are going to build Hebron. The Jews will never be chas v'shalom forced to leave Hebron. The Jews will be able to live in this holy city forever and ever.
We know that the Jewish nation prays for our success. I invite all of you, Achenu, Kol Beit Israel, to come here to Hebron and see what we're doing over here and for what you are praying for.
I have had the privilege of visiting Hebron several times and seeing the people living there who are indeed courageous and committed in their desire to see to it that Hebron remains with a Jewish presence, to protect our holy sites, to remain there, to protect our history and our future there. I've seen the families growing, raising children, not with fear, but out of a true dedication with a vision of the future that I hope we all can learn from.
King David started his kingdom in Hebron. He then moved to Jerusalem and made Jerusalem into the capital. But Hebron was always an integral part of the land of Israel and of the state of Israel. And it can't be otherwise. We will continue to work and build and expand in all of Eretz Israel, and that all the way from Jerusalem to Hebron will be filled with Jewish cities and settlements, and that Hebron will be a huge Israeli center, a huge Jewish center, as it was made to be from the very outset, as it is destined to be forever.